All right. Good morning, everyone. It is 8:43 on the morning of February 8th, 2022, and this is my pre-market strategy session. So today, first thing that I'm looking at here is the NASDAQ. Here it is with its risk range. Top end of its risk range today is at 14,640, and the bottom end of the risk range is at 13,160. And so I will be looking for opportunities to average into a short position on the NASDAQ. I guess, the next thing to do really is kind of take a look at the VIX, in particular the NASDAQ volatility. Let's see, keep that NASDAQ volatility. Might be in large caps and stuff. NASDAQ, where's the NVX? Well, how about this? I'll just type it up, NVX. Where? I thought it was NVX. Might be a reason I'm having a hard time finding it. NAS volatility. Where's what? Why can't I find NASDAQ volatility? Well, I have it somewhere. I'll tell you what. How about this? I'll just go off of. For right now, I'll go off the VIX, which is the cross asset volatility index. And so. Yeah, the last bounce that the VIX took here was off the bottom end of the range right here. It might come down a little bit again, kind of test this area again, and then look to explore the upper regions again. The low end of the VIX, I have it's at 20.35, and the high end of the VIX right now is at 34.92. And you can see it kind of stayed elevated. I put this trend line down here on, I don't know, probably, well, on this day, roughly after this day right here, the 4th of January. So it's been up there for a little bit, somewhere around a month. And I noticed that it was starting to bottom out. And right about the same time that I noticed that it started to bottom out, Hedgeye, started calling, for more volatility. So, and then it came, definitely. It got, right in here. I did manage to make some money on this rise in volatility. It was nice. And so I think that volatility is going to remain elevated for quite some time. We have, at least through the second quarter of this year, we have economic indicators that are slowing. So, it's a little bit of a tax on the broader markets. So, just looking to kind of average in, on the short side to make some money on these moves to the downside. Wall Street hates paying off shorts, so this is, it's not going to be easy. It's never easy. Some trades are easier than others, but it's if it went exactly like that, I'd be really surprised. I mean, it is kind of organizing that way, but if I were to guess, it would probably be something more like this. It's just there are a lot of people that are expecting some downside in the market right now. There are a lot of people who are forecasting, 6 months out, and the next 6 months, they do look pretty difficult. So, we'll see how it goes. Tesla, I started averaging into a short back here on the 4th of February, last Friday, and averaged into a little bit more short position here in Tesla on the 7th, yesterday. Same thing with the Amazon. Yeah, Amazon back here on the 4th started poking through the high end of its risk range. The risk range changes on a daily basis, and so the risk range is a little bit higher, but it's still poked through back here on this day. On this day right here on the 4th of February, it was still poking through the top end of the risk range. here on the 4th. I think that was Friday. It was Friday, right? Yeah, the 4th. Yeah, the 4th was Friday. And then here yesterday, I started averaging in a little bit yesterday too, as well on Amazon, which was pretty tough to do. I mean, Amazon, the first half of the day on Amazon was looking really strong. It opened up higher yesterday. Amazon opened higher than its previous close here. You can see that's bullish on its face, you know. Had this sort of day, I don't want to call it indecision, but, you know, it had a pretty balanced day to the upside and the downside on the previous day. And then opening up above balance, you know, coming down, and it came down early to test sort of the previous day's close, and then just went up to the upside. I mean, really like 100 points. And so averaging into a short position on Amazon yesterday was pretty tough to do. I mean, it was looking, it had beat its previous day's high, you know, and so it was not a comfortable procedure. But and then for the second half of the day yesterday, Amazon just kind of lost it. Just, you know, came back down to this, you know, sort of area right here. You can kind of call that a value area. You know, the previous days, yeah, I mean, in a real sort of broad sense, there's a little value area right in here, but then just couldn't hold it and lost it in the second half of the day. And so it's nice to see when a trade works out. You know, I really prefer to be long than, you know, short. I really prefer. You know, life is so much easier, and you know, the profits are so much more to the upside being long. You know, in the direction, you know, of a long portfolio. If you've got a portfolio and, you know, it's a long portfolio, you know, life is easy when the market's going up. You know, really makes things a lot easier. But that's not what we get all the time. So it's very important to be able to play both sides of the tape here. So yeah, I'm looking for, you know, I will be selling the rips, you know, so that's just the way it goes. Bitcoin, now this is interesting right here, Bitcoin here. So I have 42,000 on Bitcoin. Bitcoin down in this area, that's bearish. Bitcoin in this area, that is neutral. Bitcoin in this area, that is bullish. So yeah, right now, Bitcoin has managed to pop its head back into the neutral territory. And what I'm looking for with Bitcoin is, you know, right now, I'm looking for it to come up, test 42,000, and then take off again in the upward direction, and break this 45,500 level. That would be confirmation to me that Bitcoin is going to come back and test this 52,000 area. So very interesting. I'll be keeping my eye on this for the next few days in order to jump back into some of the secondary and tertiary Bitcoin plays. INVU, it's somewhat of a Bitcoin play, but there are a couple of other portions of INVU that are not Bitcoin. They're more, I don't want to call it crowdfunding, but it kind of is. And then there's a crypto element of it, and a services element of it. So INVU has a long way to go, highly speculative. So I've averaged into a few shares of INVU, and I'll keep an eye on it. If it starts going for less than 5 cents a share, I'll start buying really heavily, but there's chances to buy in at less than 5 cents. Every time it's dropped down to less than 5 cents right here, it's just popped right back up really quickly. And I haven't been around to have orders in. I haven't put orders in and so forth. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that INVU, I wouldn't say INVU is as sensitive to Bitcoin prices as, say, Riot, or certainly the MicroStrategy is very sensitive to the price of Bitcoin. Same thing with BITO, and SGLI not so much. SGLI, this is interesting. SGLY, that's interesting. Interesting thing happening there. But anyway, yeah, so Bitcoin is showing a little bit of strength here. Still, it's only neutral though. So, you know, if it can confirm, however, if it can confirm 42,000 and then break back above 45,000 again, it's going to be on its way to 53,000 to test 53,000. And if it can break through 53,000, hold 53,000, then it's going to be on its way to all-time highs again. And there's something interesting happening in Canada. Bitcoin is being utilized right now in Canada because they're circumventing the banking system. Apparently, GoFundMe shut down this Canadian trucker protests donations, which I think is atrocious. In the sense of free market capitalism, here you've got this company, GoFundMe, who solicits donations for societal causes, and GoFundMe is picking and choosing, you know, who they're going to support. I think, according to government pressure, talk about First Amendment violations. Now, this is happening in Canada, so it's not quite the same as if it were happening in the United States. But I think it's absolutely atrocious. In fact, I think that it's time for everybody to stop using GoFundMe and instead, let's see, what's the alternative? What is it? Gift Go, something like that. Alternative to GoFundMe. It's like Gift Go or something like that. Give Campus. What is it? Give Send Go, is that it? Yeah, there it is, right there. Freedom Convoy DC. Freedom Convoy to DC 2022. Well, it looks like somebody's putting something together. Gold Canadian dollars is 250,000. Yeah, so Give Send Go is the name of. Let's see if we can make that big. Give Send Go. Give Send Go. They are not giving in to government pressure to. I mean, really, you know, it is a form of censorship. You know, deciding what charities or what, you know, what can and can't be donated to is the same as censorship. So, yeah, Give Send Go looks like they're not going to censor, you know, who they contribute to. And it's amazing to me that there is so much support for so many violent. I mean, there were tens of millions of dollars, tens of millions, many tens of millions, probably into the hundreds of millions of dollars donated to extremely violent left-wing activity during the summer of 2020 and 2019, where, you know, people were burning down buildings and killing people and rioting and sending people to the hospital, but somehow GoFundMe thinks it's okay to keep funding that, but in entirely peaceful trucker protest in Canada gets shut down. The hypocrisy and the absurdity is on full display here. So Give Send Go isn't giving into it, you know, and I gotta say it's a good thing that there's an alternative to GoFundMe with something like Give Send Go. Okay, that's enough of my rant this morning. And that's pretty much everything, you know, that I'll be doing today. I'll be looking for opportunities to enter into short positions here on Tesla. Tesla's closer to the high end of its range than it is to the low end of its range. And I think after, you know, the last, let's see, so the official risk range is here at 977 is a high. but I have 943.90 as the top end of the range that I want to use. So yeah, any another visit to 943.90 right there, and I'll be looking for an opportunity to short Tesla again. Amazon is really close to the top end of its range, only $40 away from the top end of its range. So again, if it hits a top end of its range, then yep, I'll jump on it. Bitcoin, keeping an eye on. NASDAQ, VIX. All right, everybody. Good luck out there. Keep your wrists tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at tomorrow morning's strategy session. I am out.